Oh. Hello, hello, hello. Got my coffee. English, please. Oh, I thought you meant to me. I was like, I only know English. All right, let's fucking do it. I'm gonna do. So the idea here is that I'm gonna draw a bunch of other people's mechs. I want to study so I can get an idea of how to design better mechs. And yeah, that's about it. There's nothing. It's not much more than that. I'm still healthy. I'm doing good. Feeling fine. How about you turn it? I didn't realize the music was so loud there, buddy. Oh wait, you know what? I can do this, and then the music can be louder for me. There we go. Hey buddy, I also thought you were supposed to be doing something there, Will, but apparently you don't care about your job. Let me also turn off this AC. There we go. Beard's looking nice, thank you. It's coming in. It's coming in hot. How long do I plan on streaming today? Till about 2 o'clock, which would be an hour or two. I might end a little earlier. Any tips on finding the right pose for a character? Well, I mean, you got to think about what I guess the character's personality, right? I mean, if you're, it's probably a twofold issue, right? If you're not comfortable doing gestures, then maybe that's the issue, or the issue is you're having trouble figuring out what kind of gesture you want. Alright, so I'm kind of drawing in a little bit lightly right now, and then I'll do more finished line work afterwards. What kind of gesture? I mean, do gesture studies, man. Just like do gesture drawing every morning. Doesn't matter, do whatever poses you find interesting, you know? Far be it from me to tell you what gestures are cool. It's totally up to you. Do I like Gerald Brom's artwork? I don't know who that is. How can we improve ourselves? In which way? I'm confused by the phrasing of that question. Please just rephrase that so I can try to answer. I mean, I guess I could answer improving. It's just a matter of being truthful and honest with yourself, I guess, and figuring out what needs to be worked on. Compare, not that you don't want to be too mean to yourself, but you also do want to compare to like pros and kind of see what are they doing that could make your artwork better. Do I promote time sketches only? No, I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. I think there's a benefit to doing them, but I don't suggest only doing that at all. Because there's certain things you miss out on when you're only doing time sketches, so it really depends on what you're trying to accomplish. 50 mech sketch challenge. Yeah, I just made it up. What university did I go to? I went to Stony Brook University for biochemistry. I learned how to do a polymerase chain reaction. You missed these streams? Well, welcome back, my friend. Do I have a favorite mech design for movies and games? It's hard. There's so many good designs. I really like Darren Bartley's stuff, but as far as from movies, I think Zaku from Gundam is really just one of the most classic. I'll draw that at some point. Nice beard, thank you. It's been growing out for quarantine. I was doing a lot of, actually I have a bunch of mech sketches that I did on my, or in my sketchbook. So technically I'm at 5 already. This would be the 6th. Maybe I'll post these after. Nice face, thank you. Thank you, baby. I've been working on this for 28 years. Yeah, it's been a work in progress. I've not been doing much though, to be honest. I guess eating healthy, that's about it. That's about all you can do. And grow a beard. And you know what you can also do? You can avoid getting like really dumb looking face tattoos. That's how you can keep your face nice and crisp. But that don't mean you can't get tattooed everywhere else, am I right? Am I right, everybody? I don't know how you guys expect me to read all that Russian. Maybe you don't expect me to read it. Yeah, they're not letting us in their conversations. Have I watched Death Note? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Death Note. There's no real best way to learn anything other than like learn the principles behind it. That's step 1. Then step 2 is you look at people that have done it really well and then you imitate. And then step 3 is you try to do it yourself. And then you kind of just keep going back and forth. Have I seen or played Armored Core? I used to play Armored Core obsessively as a kid. I love. You know what? I'm surprised there hasn't been more Armored Core games. Like, those are such good games. I loved doing all the, just like customizing your mech. Oh, dude, that was so much fun. I am sort of using perspective lines in my head. I have I have like a loose pencil sketch in there underneath, kind of. The perspective in this one's not too complicated though, so it's a little bit easier. Kind of used to doing the whatchamacallit, the grid lines in my head as well. What's my favorite Marvel character? And Star Wars. I don't know, man. Not really a Marvel guy. I gotta think about that though, because I could still make a favorite one, even though I'm not. I guess Spider-Man has to be my if I'm really thinking about it, Spider-Man's my favorite, because I've always thought Spider-Man's fucking cool. Also, I mean, I get why people like it. I'm not trying to be one of those people that shitting on Marvel. It's just not my thing. But yeah, Spider-Man's cool. Marvel is overrated. You said it, not me. Yeah, Spidey's dope though. One thing about this designer's Max Bryan's Sum is they're very complicated, and the design doesn't present as well in black and white because it's like a lot of the areas grouped together with the colors. But I'm trying to make it read with the thick black marks. He uses that anyway, so. Do I have any interest in learning 3D such as Blender? Yeah, I've been actually doing some Blender the past few weeks. But I don't know if it's the thing I want to focus on right now. I know a lot of people use it for their paintings, and I was kind of considering doing that, but it just doesn't feel like I want it to be my main focus, like, or my main workflow. I know a lot of artists that there's just different ways of workflows that you can use. I like the 3D workflow, and I could see the obvious benefits of it. It's just not my cup of tea. How likely do you think a company is relocating a starting concept? I mean, they probably won't relocate you, but you could get a job just remotely. There's plenty of remote work. Just get good. Just get really. I mean, you just keep getting better, and then, and make sure you post as well. Like, if you're not posting, but at the same time, you want to, like. It's kind of this weird game where you have to, like, understand that the main goal is not popularity. The main goal is not any of that. You have to just get better, right? That should be the main focus always. And you need to balance that with posting and building an audience and that sort of thing. But the main goal at the end of the day should be, how do I make cool art? How do I express myself? And art and design are one of those things where you have to learn the language first. Yeah. For me, I go in periods of posting a lot and then periods of just not posting at all. I'm kind of in one of those not posting at all periods. I'm doing live streams because they're fun, but you know, I think or they're fun and somewhat educational, and I get to work on my stuff. But yeah, I like doing that, where periods of posting and not posting. And yes, I am drawing from reference. These are all going to be studies. The idea is that I'm going to study other mech artists to try to learn something and apply that to my own robot designs. Oh, thank God, no metal. Sorry. How do I say your name? Aditya? I think I said that right. Favorite topic to draw? I just like characters, mechs. I don't know. Changes all the time. No, these aren't these are studies today. Because I'm going to be working on characters for the board game, so I'm just doing studies. I wanna like work on the mech design, so, or like to get better at it. I have a few plans for it. So the Gumroad either this month or next month is going to be mech design. So trying to warm up for that. I'm keeping up just fine with the quarantine. I'm having a good time. It's been drawing, painting. What is my coloring process? Well, you'd have to watch, I have to make some new videos about it. It's not something I could really just explain in like a few minutes, I don't think. And I try out all different things, right? There's all different types of techniques you can do. So I'm studying like the rest of you, trying to learn different techniques. So I don't have any one specific method at the moment. I need it at the moment. Sorry, buddy. I don't think there's anything I could tell you in this very moment anyway that would be that helpful. If I'm being honest. How to get rid of art block in quarantine. Just do studies. Just do some studies, man. And I write the artist's name. Just so. What is this one? It's drone. Did I see Ethan's new video? Nope. Do I like Protest the Hero? Yes, most definitely. Seen them I've seen them twice. I was trying to think how many times I saw them. Yeah, I saw them at Warped Tour a while back. Just going back a couple of years, and then I saw them at they played in my hometown. They played with the second time I saw them. They played with this band Battle Cross, who I like. They're pretty dope. Actually, haven't checked up with them in a while. Draw a virus-killing drone. I tried that. I fucked up last time. I feel like I just get so stressed when I design on stream. I don't know why. I'll try to work up to it. That's kind of another goal this year. I don't mind doing studies. I think it's just like when I do studies, I feel confident enough in front of all these people. But when I design, I'm like, oh, I got to be in my own space. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do a mech design course on my Gumroad. The only other one I can think of, I know a more advanced course with Jonathan Kuo at Brainstorm is probably good, but that one's expensive. And it's probably not good for beginners. You can find the challenge. This particular challenge isn't listed anywhere just because I made it up, but I decided I'm going to do it. But you can go on my Discord server, and there's bi-weekly challenges where everybody contributes. Yeah, I have the reference listed up here. Even when I'm designing also, just so you guys know, I'm using a whole host of reference, and most mech designers are using a lot of reference, right? There's mechanical subjects like vehicles, animals, and even other mech designers, and so they're using all that as reference as they're designing their robots. So, you really can't go. You got to get out of the mindset that using reference is cheating or something or whatever, like. I could show you some of my reference boards for the other mechs I've designed. Hold on one second. So, one second. Open this up. Let me sort through that, because I have a bunch of different folders in there. And then, just give me 2 seconds, sorry. Okay, so hold on. So here, for these mechs, let me see. Was this no, that's not the one. Sometimes I just set these up in groups. Yeah, so like, I got some bugs. My reference boards are usually all fucking mess. But like, I use a lot of just reference from other stuff. Like there's John Park, there's some actual stuff. Just trying to find the actual board that I used for that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one exactly, but I usually will make a board before I start going and designing characters. Right? And then the things that you're going to come up with that are original are like the overall silhouette. You know, think about the functionality and whatnot. But you'll see if you pick up the next video, which is going to be on mech design, one of the best ways to do that is look at references for things like your details and then use like animal silhouettes or animal forms and start turning those into mechs. That's a really good way to work. Another way is I'll just do like a really loose gesture and then I'll try to add mech details over that. I think the color video is that's going to be the next one. And then if I can finish the color video in the beginning of the month, I'll do the mech design one after that. I don't know why everybody always wants my opinion on Drawbox. I have no idea. I've never done it, so I have never even really looked at it. I don't have much of an opinion. The only opinion I could possibly say is that it seems like everybody that leaves or finishes Drawbox is drawing in the same exact style, and I have some issues with it. But that's, you know, if you're still learning the fundamentals from it, though, then it doesn't matter. I just think there's like part of the course where he's talking about texturing and whatnot, and I kind of disagree with some of the stuff in there, but emphasis on kind of, you know, everyone's style is subjective. So yeah, I would ask somebody that has actually done it if they like it. That's somebody who's completed the whole course. There you go. That's a better person to ask. I actually don't listen to Aphex Twin. So I don't have, I have heard of them though. Let me find a cool Zaku. All right, let's do his Zaku. I do know about IAC, but from what I know, they don't like me, so I don't go there anymore. It seems like a bad idea. It seems like walking into the hornet's nest. My opinion on it is time's probably better spent drawing than complaining about people drawing. My honest opinion on Roberto Ferri's art, I have no idea because I don't know what his art looks like. He's a fine artist? As in, like, he's fine, or he's a fine artist. Who would you kill? Will Draw for Views, Jazza, or Ethan Becker? Well, I like Jazza and Ethan Becker, so I definitely would kill Will Draw for Views. And I hope he hears this, and he understands that his channel is actually the shittiest art channel on all of YouTube. And he really should just stop. I hope he understands that. Do I think that having a YouTube channel benefits your likelihood of getting hired? 100%. Without a doubt. I made many a connection through it. It's great. My thoughts on Simon Stålenhag's work. I love it. That's my thought. It's the best. Do I often break down other artists' work? Yeah, all the time. Even if I'm not drawing it, I'm thinking about it, trying to understand what the hell's going on. I don't know James Reyes of the Box Office Artist. Perhaps have some other people lined up that I want to interview first. I feel like asking your client if he truly likes the image is damaging to yourself in any way. No. You just get over that. It's not like the biggest deal if somebody doesn't like something that you did, right? A lot of people don't like what I do. You just get over it. Are there names for mech components? No. Or maybe there are in the maybe they're drawn from parts of actual machines, but I think yeah, I don't think there's a specific name. They kind of just throw parts in to reflect anatomy. What do I think of the Gundam designs? I think they're cool. That's why I'm drawing them. I might draw this a little bit smaller though, because I want to keep it on screen. I think How to Draw is a great place to start. I think it's possible to be an animator at the same time as being a video game concept artist. I think you'd have to make more hours in the day, because that sounds like a lot of time. Is there an exercise I do every day? No. This is kind of it, right? This is kind of how I would start. Usually I'll either start by drawing from imagination, because I feel like I'm not too hard on myself in the morning if it sucks. Or I'll do something like this where I'm studying. Sometimes I just wake up and have to get straight to work though. The song's so freaking good. How long will it take to get decent at animation? I don't know, it takes a while, I would imagine. All this stuff takes a while. I mean, if you don't want to spend time, if you don't want to take a lot of time to do it, you got to find something else to do because all this stuff is going to take a while. You know? It's like, there's no quick answer to any of this shit. Boxland misses you, James. Haven't been there in a while. Yeah, I've been out of Boxland for a bit. What if you invested 4 hours a day? I mean, 4 hours, you could get a lot done. But, you know, I don't fucking know how long. I'm not like a robot that can predict how quickly it's going to take you to get a job based on the number of hours you are working. I have no idea. Everybody's different. Some people, like for me, I know it takes a really long time for me to like get in the zone and kind of get going. I mean, not a really long time, but it takes me some time to like get into it. So like maybe I need more hours to kind of get going, you know? Top 3 video games. StarCraft has definitely got to take the cake for number 1. I haven't played StarCraft in a while just because it's like, it's stressful and an investment in time, and like if you're not up on the meta game, it's going to be a difficult journey for you. I got to think about the other ones though. I'm going to move this back a little bit. Have you ever played Silent Hill 1, 2, or 3? Yeah, that's actually in the list of games. Silent Hill is so good. Silent Hill 2 was just, that was my favorite. That was one of my favorites for a very long time. That game, I've never been so terrified playing a game before. And any game that can elicit that type of reaction is just, it's good stuff. What's the highest rank I achieved in StarCraft 2? I was in Diamond League, which I know if you're a StarCraft player, it's not like the highest, but it's pretty good. It's decent enough for me. How do you enjoy long drawing sessions? I like drawing. If you don't enjoy drawing sessions, then what are you doing? You gotta like what you're doing, man. Dave Raposa is fucking sick. That's my opinion on Dave Raposa. I do like Kevin Smith's movies. They're not like my go-to, but I think he's awesome. Yeah, RTS games are a whole endeavor. Do I think artists separate them or spread themselves too thin? Yeah, I think that happens. I do that. Try not to, but it just happens. There's definitely a benefit to just like staying hyper focused in one area. But you also do deprive yourself of other types of experiences that way. So it's kind of a hit or miss situation, or it's kind of difficult to decide. Yeah, if they make another StarCraft, that'd be awesome. I'd love to work on StarCraft. I got my my eyes set on Magic the Gathering at the moment. How do we make this in Adobe Illustrator? You don't. That's how. Why are you trying to draw in Adobe Illustrator? It's a terrible idea. You don't want to do that, man. Are you more in a coffee or tea band? Coffee, man. Coffee all the way. I did not have any art education. I took one drawing class in college, which taught me a little bit. But I just kind of copied people when I was younger, and then I just started learning from, you know, just tutorials online and stuff, and trying to learn from the people who know what they're talking about. What level artist do I think I am? I guess intermediate is where I would kind of put myself. I'm using Photoshop. I was hoping you'd say God level. I mean, it depends. I mean, I'm good at certain things, but like there's certain areas where I'm pretty weak. Like, I think I'm good at interpreting. Like, I can, like, I got perspective and shit down, but I don't think that makes me a god. I'm not like a good designer or anything yet. I like somebody. Here's a good example. I could go to like guitar It's like I know how to play a bunch of scales, and I can like do songs, and I'm like starting to get into writing songs, but I'm still, you know, still working on it. Like when I was learning guitar, like before I started really spending all my time writing songs, I did a lot of covers. And well, first you have to learn your fundamentals, so that'd be like scales, and then after that I started doing covers, and then after I felt comfortable, then I started to just write my own songs. And I'm kind of in that phase where I'm like doing covers, you know, sort of starting to bridge the gap between fundamentals and songwriting. And but in this case, that would just be designing rather than songwriting. There's no most important art fundamental. It's just like you just got to know, you just got to look at artists you like and try to take the steps towards doing that. There's no specific thing, you know? I wish you streamed more on YouTube. I stream a lot, man. I've streamed, I think in the last like 2 weeks, I did like 9 streams or something. Did a lot of live streams. I don't know if I can stream more than that. I actually don't feel like continuing this drawing. How to find your artist level. Oh, well, what you got to do is you have to go into the artist calculation machine. It's kind of like this big tube, and there's sensors, like infrared sensors and vents, and they kind of like shoot this air at you. And that kind of gets the scent particles off your skin, and those scent particles are detected by the IR detection systems in the artist level machine, and that'll tell you what level artist you are. It's pretty crazy, actually. But once you do that, then you can kind of know where you are. No, you have no idea. I release scent particles in my room. No, you never have any idea. You kind of just do stuff, and then just gradually just get better. There's no specific thing. Dude, you keep asking me about the animation software. I have no idea. You gotta just do some research, man. I don't know. I don't animate all that often. I like TV Paint, but there's like a bunch of different ones. I don't know. You gotta ask a representative. Ideas for exposure for art. I think that's a good question because it's pretty hard. I think what you got to do is you got to like find ways to market yourself, creative ways to market yourself. For me, my initial goal here with all this was, okay, how do I learn while kind of I needed to support myself, so that was like a really important part. So I said, okay, how do I, and I wanted to keep learning because, you know, if you have heard my story, I left school, and so then I needed to figure out a way to support myself. So I was like, how do I combine learning art, because I want to, you know, get to that kick-ass level of art and make awesome stuff. How do I do that while also continuing to learn? And so I knew what my goals were on the outset, right? I had very clear, specific goals, and I said, okay, well, I had done YouTube before with music, so let me try it with art and see how that works out. In fact, it worked out a lot better, which is awesome. But the way I did that was just so super consistent with posting. Had a lot of just a very consistent schedule. People, could rely on me to. I'm less reliable now, but I was on all the time. I was streaming 3 times a week. Building visual library tips. I mean, this is kind of it for me, like doing studies of stuff. Do I have a day job? This is the day job. You're watching it. Yeah, whatchamacallit, then after getting the YouTube channel, then this picked up. I got a job at Brainstorm. And now I just draw all the time. It's happy living. But you gotta you gotta be consistent and willing to put yourself out there. Hey, thanks so much. Can you draw the art level calculator? How do I learn to sketch? That is such a big question. I don't know. Yeah, don't do the spam chat. Kind of, everyone wants the opportunity to talk and makes it hard for me to see everything. All right, I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna do a little timeout because you're spamming. I'm not sketching for imagination. I'm doing studies. I actually would sketch a lot differently if I was sketching from imagination. Usually it's a little bit more like I'll kind of be a little bit looser when I'm drawing from imagination, and then like if I was like in my sketchbook, I'll draw on an HB pencil and then I'll ink over that. It's just a hard round brush. I think it's probably a good idea to have a focus, but I don't think you need to worry about that just yet. I mean, it depends on where you are. Like, my philosophy is learn how to do everything and then choose out of what you want to do rather than out of necessity. That's kind of my philosophy. I draw traditionally every day. It's usually before this. I have tried the Kyle brushes. I mean, right now I'm just using hard round. But if I was painting, I'd probably use more brushes than this. Although sometimes it's fun to just paint with the hard round. I look like Eric Delco from CSI Miami. Let's see who that is. Oh wow, that's a compliment. Thank you. I'd say he's better looking than me, but thank you. Hey, thanks, Oddjob. Yeah, Brian Sum is very dope. That's why I'm drawing his stuff. I used to be Jon Snow. Oh, what just happened? Shit's breaking. Most common mistakes drawing from imagination is overthinking things, maybe. That's probably my biggest mistake. It's, yeah, that plus, you know, it's hard enough to draw. Like, you also have to consider, what do you mean by drawing from imagination, right? A lot of people can use reference and modify the shit out of a reference, and then it's something original, right? Like, if you look at Eliza Ivanova's stuff, Jaw Cooper, Claire Wendling, like, sometimes they'll modify references so much, and it's still, I would still consider that imaginative sketching. And the other part, so that's one thing, so it might sound counterintuitive, but I'd say probably the biggest mistake is not realizing that you can use other tools to, you can use reference to draw from imagination. And then the other part is, yeah, overthinking it or trying to bite off too much more than you can chew just yet. So, oh, that's why this is fucked up. Let's do one of these bad boys. Yeah, just take one of the things that I do for drawing from imagination, like for working on that, is I'll take a reference and just modify the shit out of it. So I'll just like completely modify the shapes. Just fucking this up now. Yeah, dude, you gotta stop spamming the chat, man. So like, I'll probably put a video here on YouTube, but basically what you would do, or like what I'll do when I'm working on characters, is, let's say I'm making some sort of crazy looking orcish character. Like, we can take features from a person, but then, here, maybe I should just do it. Let's fucking do it. Hold up. So I'm going to use some shapes from this guy's face. Alright, so I got this new Masters Academy, so let's just do that. So, looking at the reference, we can see certain shapes, right? So we have nasolabial fold shape, this. We can take things like the lighting, these shapes. But what I can do is, rather than just use his exact shape design, I can mess around with the proportions. So hold up. So rather than doing that, maybe I'll just start with a silhouette that's largely different. Like, I'll give him a super protruding brow and then a nose that's, like, I like doing very orcish features, but I can use qualities from his shapes. He's got like some shading on the upper part of his nose, so we can kind of throw that in there. I literally just can't space the screen out to have like both things. That's why I don't have the reference up. And you can play around. I don't know what, maybe you want the chin to be extra large. Maybe you want the chin to be like kind of snubbed in. But looks like the Grinch. I'll give him like classic orcish teeth. Make his neck nice and fat and wide. Let's give him a beard. Do I feel like I've wasted money on art supplies? I'm sure I have. I hate the sketch though, but let's try more. And you can even do something like looking at the reference and then just tweak the shapes on the reference. Here, wait, let's do it. Let's just do it in profile view. Make my life easier. And, you know, say to yourself, what do you want to do? Maybe I'll try to do the similar one that I just did. And then we'll do a variation on that. Is it a good sign that I know all the questions? Wait, hold up. Is it a good sign that I know all the answers on questions I would ask you about art, or is it a bad thing? It's a sign that you know the answers already, so maybe it's not even worth asking. You know what I mean? Like, if you know the answer, it's probably just like something like, oh, I have to just keep practicing or whatever. You were sent by Satan. Oh no. No problem. Sorry, those were kind of shit designs, but play around with shapes on your references before you decide to like come up with everything out of your head. Trust me, because that's what pretty much everybody's doing. You'll find that, or at least I find that students are a lot more anti-reference than most working artists are. I don't know any professional artist that doesn't use a lot of reference other than Kim Jong-gi, and that's only because he spent so many years using it. So I'd say I know 0 working artists. Maybe that's even one of the big differences. It's just like you hold yourself up by kind of this like desire to not use reference, but it doesn't make a lot of sense if you really think about it. What were all the classical artists doing? They were using models. They had studios with people in them, you know? J.C. Leyendecker and why was his name? Norman Rockwell. They had models that would come in and pose for them, you know? I have met a bunch of artists in the YouTube community. Friends with Ahmed and Cynics. Cynics and I hung out a lot when I was living in California. And Ahmed just visited recently. Right before the quarantine, Ahmed Aldori was here in New York. And we hung out. I met Proco on the podcast. I spoke to Ethan Becker. We haven't met, but we've talked. The fastest train on Earth is just a copy of a bird. I didn't know that. I didn't know birds have engines. But I am wearing a shirt that says birds aren't real. So just for everybody's understanding, birds are in fact drones made by the government to spy on us. In case people weren't aware of that. That's kind of crazy. In fact, all birds are just government drones. It's pretty crazy. ZHC, I think his art is a little too much detail. I think that's what Ethan Becker was talking about in that video. It's like a little too much detail for my taste. Also, not a huge fan of the super clickbaitiness, but whatever. To each his own. Are ZHC giveaways real? Probably. I don't think he's faking it. What question would you ask to a mega pro artist? I don't know. I met a bunch of them. I don't usually talk about art, to be honest. Just talk about life. I don't know. I don't think interrogating... The thing you gotta realize about artists that are fucking, I don't know, doing it all the time is like, we're doing art all the time. Let's take a break and have a regular human conversation. Human music. So I would probably just be like, hey, what's up? That's my question. Hey, what's up? What's up, dude? Then the next question would be, hey, what do you want to eat for lunch? And then I'd be like, you ever take mushrooms? That would be the follow-up. And then, yeah. Okay, you're just gonna keep spamming. Will I do more becoming a gi? I don't know. But you gotta stop spamming. There are a lot of spams today. Sounds like an AI generated conversation. Yeah, pretty much. I'd ask them if they, what do they think the nature of the universe is, and then I would continue to take an eighth of mushrooms in front of them and be like, see you later, bro. And then that would be it. And then I'd disappear in a cloud of smoke and they'd never see me again. Is New Masters Academy worth it? I think so. I actually have heard stuff about the color blue being false. I don't know. The lunch is a good idea to avoid awkward silence. Interesting. You know, in general, for me, I don't know. I have some like experience with public speaking and stuff, so not that you would know it based on the way I talk. But I think if you're ever feeling awkward, you just kind of like realize that it's not a big deal. And like the moment you can feel that awkwardness isn't a big deal, like, or just like, not even awkwardness, that silences in conversations are very normal, then it's not that hard. It's just like, it's whatever. It just is what it is. People get silent sometimes. Sometimes we don't have shit to say. I don't know. Are you nerd? James, why are you not floor gang? You know, I would be floor gang. It's just a little difficult to draw on the tablet at the floor. As far as being annoyed about art questions, I don't think there's any questions that really like bug me. It's just more of just like, I feel like people get in this mode where they become these like ravenous people that are like trying to get all the information they can. But it's just like, you got to remember that you're a human being first, and just, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense. Like, usually when I talk to art people, I'm not talking about art. I think the only one that really goes in depth would be like Ahmed. He likes to, you know, I guess I would call it talking shop, I guess. But I don't know. Unless we're doing like a sketch group, in which case that's a little different. But for me, I know when I don't really hang out with artists all that much anyway, so I don't really talk about art when I'm hanging out with anybody. Yeah, like when I lived in California, I hung out with Eitan Zana a lot, and like we pretty much never talked about art. We just went out, ate awesome food, talked about life. And I think that's the kind of thing you want to realize, is like those life experiences are important. Those are important. At the very least, just for networking. And I know for me, if anybody asks me about metal bands, then I just get excited. That's my thing. How did I meet Eitan Zana? I met most artists just by asking them if they wanted to come on my podcast. At that, and I met a lot of people at Brainstorm. He's still one of my best art friends. I just hit him up one day because I think the guest I was going to have canceled, and I was like, hey, I need somebody because I have the stream scheduled. You have a moment? And I just messaged him out of the blue, and he was like, yeah, hell yeah, I'll come down. And it was he's one of those people that I met. I was like, oh man, this dude is the best. My reaction after watching Ethan Becker's video about me, I was a little upset at first. I was kind of like, oh man, I suck. But then I calmed down. It wasn't, you know. I also didn't realize he had actually messaged me before putting the video out. So at first I was just like, why is this dude coming after me? I was like, what did I do to him? But no, I at the end of the day, I also laughed a lot, so it was totally fine. I feel like I learned from it too. If anything, it was a good wake-up call. Have I ever met Ash Thorpe? No, I haven't. I'll start inviting famous artists on my podcast. Wait, I don't have a podcast. Well, you know, just build things up. You know, you also got to understand that it takes time. Like, Mahalo, you've been here for a while. You know how much work that this whole thing's been. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably would have. I would have tried to get a concept art job, or I would have even done something. I was like going to do texture art. I was thinking, there's if you watch that video by Trent Kanuga, there's a lot of secondary art jobs in game studios. So I was thinking about doing that, or like a 3D modeling thing. What was art school like for me? Well, I didn't go to art school, so it wasn't like anything. It was a lot more like like science school. Since I went to school for biochem, so there wasn't a lot of art. I didn't draw at all, really. In fact, I didn't draw for like 5 years, I think. Wait, did he do fixing Kim Jong-il's trash art? That's kind of funny. Ethan Becker's the bomb. Wait, fixing Kim Jong-il's trash art. Oh, that's hysterical. I didn't see that video. That's okay. I mean, that is literally the definition of a spammer, but that's okay. I think the art community needed somebody like him. I love it. I think it's great. I mean, that's why it popped off so fast also. His channel like really kind of blew up super quickly. It's just good. It's good content. He just calls him a liar. I don't know. You ever have like just certain phrases that get stuck in your head? Like, I think after he put out the video, I mean, I just find myself being like, "You think you're so big? You think you're so tough?" Like, that's just fucking funny. It's so good. Yeah, I love it. How do you feel, man? How are you feeling these days? I'm feeling fine. You know, life is life. It's got its ups and downs. I'm doing fine with the coronavirus, though, so I don't mind being in quarantine. How long is this stream going to go for? Well, I'm really starting to get very hungry, and now I'm even starting to have to pee really bad, so I think we're going to end soon. Oh yeah, NYC is blowing up. Yeah, it's pretty intense here with the coronavirus, although, you know, it's not that bad. I think everyone's being a little dramatic. It's really not so bad. Like, out of the millions of people that live here, not so many people contracted it. Wait. Do people ask you to personally coach them with their art? Yeah, I mean, I do mentorships. A lot of people try to ask me to do things for them for free, which is, you know, it's kind of difficult to do that. I understand. It's more just like I can't do that. Unless I want to pay my rent and then I'll teach them for free. That's fine with me. I'm not doing 50 mechs in one live stream. It's going to be a couple. We'd be here, at this rate, we'd be here a pretty long time. Have I ever been to Japan? No, but that is my first place I want to go as soon as this is over. Where can you get the mentorship? If you sign up on Patreon. I know it's out of some people's price range, but it's up there if you want to, if you're into it. Why mechs though? Because why not mechs? I love mechs. I don't even understand. Why? How's that even a question? By the way, this is probably more so how I would draw if I was doing my own designs, or like I kind of sketch loose like this. I have it in some of my Gumroad videos. You can see the process. It's pretty loose like this, and then I'll go over it. You know, you got to separate out the design process from the drawing process to some extent. How often do I draw traditional? It's been every day. So I've been, I'll post some of the mechs that I've done, that I've sketched traditionally. Put them on the Discord. Do I think it's okay to study more stylized artists? Yeah, of course. I think that's really important to do. No, it's not wrong at all. Do that. If you want to do that type of art, that's what you should be doing. Shit, that's what you gotta do. If you want to learn to develop your style, you gotta look at the masters. Pee-pee your pants so we can stream further. Just grab a towel. Well, it's getting kind of hot in here too, and I want to turn on this AC, which I don't. It's going to kind of blast the stream with sound. And then, yeah, no, I got reasons to stop. Plus, I'm going to work on doing some of my own designs rather than just studying. You can do that off stream. As much as you would like for me to pee my pants on live stream, I really don't want to do that, so... What's the temperature there? It's like 75 or something. Just got hot all of a sudden. What am I gaining from the study? Well, a couple things. I'm trying to pick up how the shape breakdown is done, or like what sort of shapes they're breaking down things into. There's a lot of subconscious shit that you get from just doing a lot of studies. It's not the end of the picture, right? You do have to go and design, but you give yourself a little bit of self-confidence. You're like, okay, well, I can draw this because I physically did it. Now I just have to get my brain to work. You also pick up on, just after doing so many of them, you pick up consistencies in the patterns of how people break down shapes. How old am I? I'm 28 as of, well, 2 weeks from now I'll be 28. Am I going to teach on Proco 2.0? He did actually invite me. I don't know if I have the time to do that. I also don't know if the offer still stands. He suggested that after we did the podcast together. Do I have any game making experience? A little bit. I mess around in Unity a lot. That's another thing I've been trying to do in like my off time, is just mess around with Unity. Sometimes I'll just throw my, like if I kind of throw some art into a 2D platformer type thing. Haven't met Kim Jung-gi. I watched him draw. I didn't want to interrupt him or bother him, so I just kind of just sat there. See, unlike some people, I don't want a fanboy, so I was just like, I'll leave him alone. He doesn't fucking care who I am. So, I didn't bother. But, you know. I'm also a little bit weird. in this sense, probably a little bit arrogant. I'm like, I don't want to meet somebody unless they have an interest in meeting me as well. So I'm just like, well, I got to just get really good first, and then they'll be interested in meeting me anyway. So that's kind of my... But that sounds kind of shitty when I say it out loud, but that's the truth. No, I'm not shy. I think there's a difference between being shy and not wanting to like annoy somebody. But that's just my opinion. That's just my take on the thing. I don't know the name of the song, but the band is called The Bronx. You should check them out. They're super dope. Aditya, I think that's a terrible reason to not, or a terrible way to look at the world. I'm like vehemently against nihilism. I think it's a waste of thought. You're probably kidding. I just don't. That's one of the things I'm like really opposed to. I feel like nihilism is the antithesis of my life's goal, or just my life philosophy. Yeah, I mean, part of getting better at drawing anything is drawing a lot of it. Oh yeah, okay. Optimistic nihilism is a little different, right? That's where nothing matters, so you have to make what matters, right? Is that what it is? That I kind of agree with. If that is what that is, then I think kind of agree with it, kind of don't though. I still feel like there's no harm in treating there's no harm in treating life as though it's the most important, and there is some sort of meaning to it, you know what I mean? There's no harm in that. Only benefits. And there's so many things we really don't understand that, I don't know. I find it hard not to be like a tad bit spiritual. Just a little, just a touch. Also, hey, we're friends now. You know my name. I mean, we are e-friends. You know, we gotta talk in real life first, and then maybe we'll be friends. But I've made some friends over the internet, like real life friends. You could be in the running too. Where am I from? I'm from New York City. Pretty sure he's from Mars. There you go. You figured it out. Who's screaming in the background? That is a band called The Bronx. They are awesome. Do I watch a lot of anime? Nope. I actually don't watch a lot of anime. I liked it a lot when I was younger, but I don't. I'm from Boxland. Just look up Darren Bartley. And Brian Sum. You know, let me throw that name in there. I know this album has been looping, but this fucking song is so good. I don't care. Who cares? I'm happy with it. He's a concept artist at I forget what place. I think I think Riot. Yeah, Darren Bartley's from Riot. If I could pick a studio job, I want to make my own studio, I think. I don't really want a studio job. I like being my own boss. I don't like working for people. I said if you had to pick a studio job. That's true. You did say that. That's a hard question though, man, because like, you know, I don't know what the work environment's like there. You know, maybe I'd like something like fucking Animal Crossing. That might be super fun. I don't know what studio makes Animal Crossing, but that might be super fun. Yeah, I really, really like how graphic Darren Bartley's work is. That's part of... That's one of the things that I was saying in comparison to like Brian Sum. I think Darren Bartley's designs are more to the point, which I appreciate. One, it's easier to draw, and two, I think it looks better. Which is kind of nice. That's like a win-win situation as far as I'm concerned. Easier to draw and cooler. That's a win-win. Am I married? Basically. We've been together for 4 years. We lived together for 4 years. Basically. She's an artist as well. She's awesome. Yo, the mod is leaving. That's okay. I can moderate. Unless you're using that as a reason to just start talking mad shit. Oh, that's what it is. There's other mods, just so you guys know. How many wives? Just one. I'm not a Mormon, so... Where can I see my girlfriend's work? Well, whenever she decides to freaking share some more work, you can see it. I don't even think she wants me to share her stuff, so I'm not gonna do it right now. But when she gets a little more comfortable sharing her stuff, I'll promote the shit out of her. Can we and Aditya be new mods? Not really. I can't just make everybody mods. Most difficult thing to draw, I think, any scene that's like got a lot of environment components and characters all in one. Anything that just gets too complicated is kind of a pain in the ass. See, Aditya doesn't even want to be the mod. Your opinion on Tom Cruise and John Travolta hobbies? I have no idea what their hobbies are. I have no opinion on that, but I'm so confused by the question that I felt the need to read it. Oh, Aditya? Oh, gotcha, okay. The previous streams, you gotta be a Patreon subscriber, or you use that join feature down below. How is my temper? Oh, it's fucking bad. No, I don't think I ever lose my temper. It's gonna sound weird, but I kind of wish I lost my temper a little bit more. Right? Like, you ever like, especially here in New York and you're outside in the street, people just do like crazy shit. I kind of just want to be one of those people that just like doesn't take it. Just like goes crazy. But I'm not one of those people. I will confront people and be like, hey, what, you know, like what the fuck are you doing? But I won't get angry about it. I admire very confrontational people. There's something about it that's just funny. Aditya, sorry, I said it wrong. Yeah, I do remember you from earlier streams. I usually am pretty good about remembering people that come back a lot. There's, you know, obviously there's going to be some that slip through the cracks, but I recognize your name, and I usually get a sense of what people's personalities are that come back. And you've been here a lot, so. So I most certainly recognize you. Now you gotta whack him across the head with your 1950s newspaper and tell him to get off your lawn. Sticky note, do I remember you? No, I really don't remember you. I'm sorry. I don't know if I was supposed to. Gotta go burpees. Oh, hell yeah. I'll also be here a lot from now on. Sorry if I'm annoying as fuck. No, I didn't even realize you did anything that... I don't know if you... Did you spam or something and then I got angry about it? If I did, I forgot already, so... Just don't remind me and then you'll be fine. Hell, we even let Jimmy back, so you're fine. Gotta go burgers. If you don't remember me, I've been researching on your ghost shelf. Oh, hell yeah. Glad somebody remembers the ghost shelf. I'm just doing a lot of newbie questions. Oh, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Dude, if I got like actually annoyed by the internet or by people like asking me dumb shit. Hey, love. What'd you say? I don't think so. What is she doing? Oh, God. How often do I go live? Pretty often. I'm gonna try to go live more often. Maybe twice or 3 times a week, or at least that's my optimistic goal. Tom Cruise's hobby is Scientology. Oh yeah. How do I feel about Scientology? I think it's a fucking cult. That's how I feel about Scientology. Hey, cheers. Yeah, listen, you gotta, with the fundamentals and stuff, you just gotta embrace it. It's kind of fun after a while, you know? The one benefit also of working on the fundamental stuff is that there's kind of a clear right answer, which is something that disappears as you continue in art, you know? So enjoy the fact that there's a right answer at the moment, you know? My advice for doing sci-fi and cyberpunk is the same, is look at artists that are doing that. That's what I'm doing here, right? I'm looking at artists that do work that I really enjoy, and I'm studying it. So just study artwork that you like, try to figure out what is it about it that you like. Accept that you're not going to be the most original designer in the beginning. Like, for example, this reference definitely, oh wait, no, not that. I definitely took too much inspiration from my Mech, right? Like, there's a lot of that going on there, but that's okay, right? Sometimes it's just, you gotta accept where you're at. You get more and more original as you do it. But have I seen Cynic's newest video? I don't think I did watch it, actually. I don't remember which one it was. Am I angry on me? Are you angry on me? No, I don't think so. The one about Flow. No, I didn't watch that. I should watch it though. It sounds like a good thing. I don't think you have to worry about the industry being oversaturated. There's always so many different jobs. You can find, also you have to like just find a way to distinguish yourself and keep at it, you know? Also, I think the thing that, I guess if there is something that upsets me is that people don't realize that as an artist, even if jobs are oversaturated, you could make your own work. That is literally like, there's so many ways in the age of the internet that you can just monetize by yourself. You don't need to be part of a big major corporation to succeed as an artist. You know? You don't have to be a concept artist at Blizzard to be making a living as an artist. If I was 18, I wish I was 18. Starting over would be great. No, there's not really a specific way. I don't think I have a specific thing that I'd be doing. Then you're fine, Aditya. Sorry, I keep saying your name wrong. My American brain keeps wanting to make that a hard T. Well, when I'm doing studies, I don't have to worry about making it functional because the person who designed it already made it functional. But when I'm designing, I always worry about that. I can't really talk about paneling and this. I don't have enough, like, there's a lot to it. I'll make a video on it though. Do I think all industry artists are happy? No, not at all. Spoke to one of my favorites the other day about it, and he's very angry, and not. I shouldn't say angry, but he's displeased about the state of things there. I don't know. I feel like I hit the jackpot because I kind of just do my own thing. It's great. I think that's important for everybody, you know, be able to do your own thing. All right, I really do have to go. I have to pee so bad. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for being cool and watching my videos. How do they find their art style? Well, you'll have to wait till the next episode of this live stream for me to answer that question, because like I said, I have to pee so bad, and you answering that question is going to impede on my biology. This is an open challenge because I just made it up, so I'm not stopping you. And I was gonna do it on my Discord in 2 weeks. Anyway, I gotta go. I really gotta pee so bad. Goodbye, everybody.